Throughout this presentation, I'm going to be using acronyms. I try to always give the full meaning and state it also known by, and then give the acronym. I might go back and forth occasionally, but I would like to provide you with the list at the beginning on the front end. Some of the frequently used acronyms you'll hear in this training is LEA. That's your local education agency or the school system. BESE is the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education. It's also known as the State School Board. LDE, LDOE, or SDE, Louisiana Department of Education. IDEA is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. That's a law. And IEP is the Individualized Education Program. You're also going to see FAPE, which stands for Free Appropriate Public Education. ERP, the Early Resolution Process. And ALJ, which is an Independent Hearing Officer. It stands for Administrative Law Judge. But they want you to know it's an Independent Hearing Officer. Or we do want you to know. CADRE is the acronym for the Center for Appropriate Dispute Resolution in Special Education. That's one of the federally funded technical assistance centers for the Office of Special Education Programs at the United States Department of Education. Let's talk about some education tips, communication tips, because that's so important when there's the possibility that you parents and the school systems may not disagree. So let's go over a little bit of that. If you've got a child who's receiving special education services, you're more than likely really involved with your child's schools and teachers, including planning, reviewing, and assessing your child's educational program. Over time, you'll learn, or you already have learned, how to communicate and negotiate on your child's behalf. While your knowledge, skill, and confidence will naturally increase, there's some specific communication skills that can help you be most successful in developing and maintaining a strong partnership with your child's school. Your passion as a parent sometimes can help you communicate brilliantly, and sometimes it can overtake you. Before you get into dispute resolution options, we want to make sure you're ready to take that next step. The Center for Appropriate Dispute Resolution in Special Education, CADRE, has published a brochure on the steps to success, communication with your child's school. So step 1, be mindful of your emotional pressure gauge as you work with your child's school. If you expect to have difficulty when meeting with school personnel, your body and mind are going to be primed for battle. How can you communicate successfully if you're on the verge of overflowing in anguish and outrage? So step 2 would be to prioritize and plan. What's the most important thing that needs to be accomplished for your child? Make a list, write it down. That's what I did over the years. Write down your questions and possible solutions, and then rank them in order from 1 to how many ever you have. Actively listen to understand the other person's perspective. If you don't understand what someone's saying, tell him or her. Be direct. I often tell people, I don't understand, or try me again, or tell me a little bit more about that. Listen attentively to understand, not just to respond. And you want to stay on the topic being discussed, because it can grow and you can lose track of what you're saying. Clarify your statements if you see a puzzled expression on someone's face, and ask them for clarification in return. Paraphrase what you're saying or restate it so you and others are clear in your understanding. Step 5, have options in mind if you can, and offer them for discussion as needed. As a parent, you're in a good position to present alternate solutions that might not occur to those who work for the school system. You can use statements like, let's brainstorm possibilities, and or how about we try this. Step 6, remember, you're only human and your school team is only human too. If someone's been really helpful, acknowledge those efforts. If you've made a mistake or caused offense, say you're sorry. Making an apology says you're human and helps to humanize what's sometimes a formal process. So, we're going to have a link to Step 6 to Success and with your child's school in our resources slide at the end. And like when you get your copy of the PowerPoint, it should be a hot link that you can just click on. So the first thing that I want to talk about is IEP facilitation. It's available to parents in school districts. Typically, an IEP facilitator is brought in when parents and school district staff are having difficulties communicating with one another regarding the needs of the student. The IEP facilitator assists in creating an atmosphere for fair communication and also oversees the successful drafting of an IEP for the student. Either the parent or the school district can request an IEP facilitation, but since the process is voluntary, both sides have to agree to participate. This process can be initiated by a request to the legal division, and the service is provided at no cost to the parent or the school district. And in case I didn't say it before, because sometimes I forget, if you have questions, you can drop them in the chat. Wallace will tell me as soon as he gets to them, okay? So, let's look at the website. We're going to look at where you find the information you need to request the IEP facilitation. You go to the Louisiana Department of Education website. It's https://doe.louisiana, spell it out, .gov/. Okay? That's the Louisiana Department of Education's website. On the home page, you're going to see the blue arrow that's pointing to families and students. Check there to go to the families and students webpage. So, this is the landing page for family and students. On that page, where the blue arrow is pointing, click on Family Support Resources. That's going to take you to where you can find special education dispute resolution information. On the Family Support Resources webpage, you scroll down until you see the bar for Special Education Dispute Resolution. Then you click on that bar. That's going to take you to the Special Education Dispute Resolution page. On that dispute resolution page, scroll down till you see IEP Facilitation Request Form, where the blue arrow is pointing on the screen, and click that IEP Facilitation Request Form. Then this is what you you should see. This is page 1 of the form you or the school district would need to complete. As you can see, they request your personal information, a little background information, and some available dates. The second page is where you sign and you inform them if you have any special needs. Like maybe you have accessibility needs or translation needs or interpreter needs of your own. This page also is there to inform you need to be prepared to be at the meeting for 3 hours. So listen close. You have to print this out, fill it out, print it out, sign it, and then there's 3 ways that you can send it: mail, fax, or email. There's no other way to be able to get this form to them other than mailing it, faxing it, or emailing it. And the address is right there on the form.